In fall of 2017, we started researching the idea of doing a mission in Fairfax County, in southwest Fairfax County. It took us a year, and then with the blessing of Metropolitan Tikhon of the Archdiocese of Washington, which is a diocese in the Orthodox Church in America, he gave us his blessing, and in October of 2018, then we had our first Vesper service. And since then, we've had Vespers every Saturday evening, 6 o'clock, and with the exception of a snowstorm, we've been very successful, and our numbers are growing each week. When it came time to start looking for a property as to where we could actually meet and have our Vesper services, St. Mark in Bethesda is fortunate enough to have 2 deacons, and when I was not serving Saturday night Vespers, I was driving around Fairfax looking for dark churches. I figured if the church was dark, there's a chance we could use it, and we'd be able to have the service there. I found St. Mary of Sorrows, the historic church. I was familiar with the area. I then went over to St. Mary's and spoke with Father Barquette, who is the pastor in charge of the Catholic Church there, and mentioned who we are. We're an OCA mission. We're looking to start a parish out here in the area. And before I could even ask him, he said, "Oh, have you seen our historic church?" It was a nice opportunity. We've been very blessed to have this church and to be able to use it. The church is a historic, wonder in Fairfax County. It was in 1838, 2 families donated an acre each, I think it is, to the church. 1838 is just a few years after the repose of St. Herman of Alaska. So, the Orthodox Church at that time was starting its own work here.
We were recently blessed by Metropolitan Tikhon to hold pre-sanctified liturgies as part of our expanding of the ministry of this mission station. The pre-sanctified liturgy is an interesting combination of Vespers and liturgy. Because the gifts are already sanctified, we don't have to perform the anaphora and the sanctifying of the gifts, and so we actually move from Vespers, just like we were talking about earlier at Gladsome Light, we move into a liturgical function. And so what you'll see in the pre-sanctified liturgy is a combination of Vespers with Old Testament readings and then the preparation to receive the gifts. A lot of work goes into establishing and maintaining a new mission station that hopefully will one day move into an established mission that will then hopefully one day move into an established parish. So there's a lot of work that goes into this. Right now, we're in the fledgling stages, which means we have limited resources. We're in a borrowed building, thanks be to God. We have our wares and the things that we use, our vessels and cloths and icons and such are things that we've had to make and or have people donate. And so a lot of work goes into setting up a place like this. When you don't have all the resources that are flowing in from an established church, an established parish, you're building it from the ground. And so it takes a lot of energy and a lot of people to make something like this happen. There are altar cloths to make. There are icons to procure. There's music to prepare for and to sing. There are practices and rehearsals that need to take place so people are confident and prepared to sing and to offer. There are people, we need people to come. The Orthodox Church is not a spectator sport. And so everyone that comes in the door has a role to play, whether it's simply making the responses of Lord have mercy, or singing in the choir, or creating and delivering booklets that contain our music and our hymnography, leading the choir, singing there's all kinds of things to do, and everyone has a role to play in the services of the Orthodox Church. And so we're grateful for all those who contribute, to the clergy that serve, to the people that sing, to the people that come and lend their voices, to folks who are making and preparing things. All of that goes into making this experience possible. So in inviting people to come to the mission station, we're inviting people to come to worship, to connect with God, to be sustained in their walk with God, but also to find a place to contribute and to share their gifts with the body of Christ. There's lots of work to do, and there's lots of community to have, and we invite people to come and to enjoy that with us.